IC fabrication integrated circuits. An integrated circuit IC is a miniature low-cost electronic circuit consisting of an active and a passive component fabricated together on a single crystal of silicon. The active components are transistors and the diodes, and the passive components are resistors and the capacitors. Advantages of an integrated circuits: miniaturization and hence increased equipment density, cost reduction due to the batch processing, increased system reliability due to the elimination of unsoldered joints, improved function performance, matched devices, increased operating speeds, reduced in power consumption. This is the this is the branch diagram of an integrated circuit. It is classified into two types. One is monolithic IC and hybrid IC. Again, the monolithic IC is split into two types: bipolar and unipolar. Unipolar is again split into two types: JFET and MOSFET IC. Integrated circuits can be classified into analog, digital, and mixed signal, both analog and signal on a same chip. Based upon the requirements of two different IC technology, namely monolithic technology and hybrid technology, has been developed in the monolithic IC. All circuit components, both active and passive elements and their interconnections, are manufactured into or on top of the single chip of silicon. In hybrid circuits, separate components parts are attached to the ceramic substrate, interconnected by means of either metallization pattern or wire bonds. Digital integrated circuits can contain anything from one of millions of logic gates, flip-flops, multiplexer, and other circuits in a few square millimeters. The small size of these circuits allows high speed, low power dissipation, and reduced manufacturing cost. Generation of an SSI, MSI, and LS. The first integrated circuit contains only a few transistors called small scale integrated, that is called as an SSI. Digital circuits contains transistors numbering in tens, provides a few logic gates, for example, where earlier linear ICs such as Plessey SL201 or the Philips TA320 has a few or two transistors. The term large scale integration was first used by IBM scientists Rolf L. and Lorf Landauer, and when describing the theoretical concepts from there came the terms of for SSI, MSI, VLSI, and ULSI. They began and appear in a consumer product turns the decade, a typically application being FM inter-carrier sound processing in television receivers. The next step in the development of ICs taken in 1960s. There was an attractive economically because while they cost little more to produce SSI, they allowed more complex systems to be produced during the smaller circuits. VLSI. VLSI, the final step in the development process starting in the 1980s and continuing through the present, was very large scale, that is VLSI. The development started with hundreds of thousands of transistors in early 1980s and continues beyond several billion transistors of 2007. 1986 first 1 megabit RAM chip was introduced, which contains more than 1 million transistors. Microprocessor chip passed the milli transistor mark in 1989 and the billion transistor mark in 2005. ULSI, VSI, and SOC and 3D ICs. To reflect the further growth of complexity, the term ULSI, that stands for an ultra large scale integration. This stands complexity for more than 1 million transistors. Wafer scale integration is a system of building very large integration circuit using entire silicon wafer to produce a single superchip through a combination of a large size and reduced packaging. WSI could to reduce the cost for some systems, not every massively state of an art. Thank you.